Welcome to See You on the Internet, a podcast exploring life, love, and the pursuit of happiness in the age of the internet. We're your hosts.
I'm Kate.
And I'm Nicole.
Let's get into it. Hello, Nicole.
Hi, Kate.
How are you? Whoa, were you not holding your microphone when you were chatting before this?
No, I was.
Your voice sounds so much louder and clearer right now when you just said hi.
Weird. I don't know. More gusto, I guess.
Yeah, a little. Your excitement levels peaked when you were saying hi to me for the pod.
You know, I will say I'm trying to get out of a cranky mood right now. So I'm putting on my
being brave.
I'm being brave. I'm smiling for the camera. I'm really excited to be here today, guys. I'm cranky for no particular reason.
I was going to say, not to make you get cranky again, but like, why are you cranky?
First of all, I'm mad because I rushed into the office this morning to get there for a 9 a.m. meeting, which is kind of crazy to schedule, by the way.
I hate a 9 a.m.
So I get to the office, 8:45, I'm early, I'm prepped. And then at like 8:59, it gets moved to 10. Why couldn't we have just scheduled it at 10 a.m. to begin with? What's happening here? So I was already kind of cranky about that because I had to wake up early and hustle and leave.
Of course.
And then the day was fine. I just had a lot of meetings. And then my train commute home took me 75 minutes instead of my classic 25.
Well, yeah. Did you have to avoid all of the underwater stations?
No, thankfully, yeah. New York, for anyone who is listening to this next week when it comes out, New York recently had a really bad flooding. Apparently it was like the second wettest hour in New York history. I guess that's kind of the data point we're going with.
Okay,
there's a that's what she said joke in there somewhere, but so it rained like a ton and there was like a lot of flooding that happened last night. I don't think a lot of it happened here in Brooklyn because I didn't see a bunch. It mostly happened in like Midtown, I think.
But that's where you work, isn't it?
It is where I work, but I specifically avoided the 2-5 today because that goes under the Hudson or the East River. And I knew from previous years that is a bitch when it floods.
Got it.
So I took the Q, which goes over the river, and didn't really have any issues this morning, but it was just on the way back. There was no explanation. I don't know what the reasoning was, but
got it.
Just an annoying little commute. It's also really humid and hot out. It's just one of those days. It's just like everything's just bothering me today. But I'm feeling better talking to you. I'm feeling more excited. I'm back in my home. I'm back on my couch. I'm where I should be.
Yeah, we're back
right now.
It's okay. So, everything is as it should be right now.
Three-eyed raven. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
As my favorite three-eyed raven always says.
She's always here. Keeping an eye out for you. Well, I'm sorry that you had a tough day today. That stinks. Homie's also having a pretty tough day today.
What's wrong with him?
No, his teeth are just falling out left and right. They're dropping like flies. Yeah.
Poor baby.
He doesn't have both of his little dagger teeth on the bottom gone. Bunch of his back teeth gone. He went to the groomer yesterday and they called me halfway through and they were like, question. And I was like, what could this possibly be? And they were like, has he lost all his baby teeth yet? And I was like, no, he's going through that right now. And they were like, okay, thank God. He just spit out a tooth. And we were really worried. And I was like, no. That's just what's going on. And then I woke up this morning and felt something really sharp in the bed. And I was like, ow, what is that? A tooth.
A tooth.
Yeah. And he's just been napping all day and spitting out teeth. So he's also kind of having a rough day.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy that we're born with teeth and then we lose teeth and then grow more teeth? Well,
here's the thing is that we're not born with teeth. We're born with no teeth. We grow teeth and then we lose those teeth and then we grow new teeth.
Yeah.
For what?
Like that actually kind of fucks me up. I'm not even high right now, but What do you mean?
No, it's
Where do
really
they come
crazy.
from?
Bone
Like,
grows, I guess.
if like teeth are bones, correct?
I believe so.
Like it's bone. It's not
Well,
cartilage.
it's enamel.
Enamel is a hard protective layer found in two primary contexts: tooth enamel and vitreous enamel. Tooth enamel is the outermost layer of your teeth, composed mainly of minerals like calcium and phosphorus, and it protects teeth from damage and sensitivity.
But they are like a bundle of nerves underneath, because like if you get your cavity filled or something and they go too far, it hits the nerves.
Yeah.
So it's nerves covered in enamel, which just makes a tooth.
It's kind of crazy that that's kind of like the only part of your body that like can regenerate.
Nails.
Yeah, but I guess.
Have you ever lost a toenail?
No, and I don't ever want to.
Not fun.
It's actually kind of one of my biggest fears.
No, it's really
like
not
I'm actually
fun.
like super paranoid about it.
And they just
because I
just grow back. It's pretty nuts. Hair
it takes
also,
forever, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does take a while. But hair also regenerates.
I guess. Yeah.
Skin
I just
regenerates.
Not always.
Not always, but for the most part, it'll like fix itself.
You have to get skin grafts.
Well, if it's that big, but I'm just saying, like, if you get a cut, like a scrape on your knee where your like skin is open, it usually regenerates itself.
I feel like I'm in a 9th grade science class learning all about the human body and how it regenerates.
Yeah, teeth are nuts.
Do you think
though? It's like really crazy that you're just born without them. You're just gums, which is probably purposeful design, because if I was breastfeeding and my baby had a full set of teeth, kill me. So that's probably for the best. And
of course.
But then you grow them. But the craziest thing is that all of your teeth are in your mouth when you're born. They're just not up yet. Both sets.
Yeah.
Because if you look at your old x-rays from like being a child, and they would show you, be like, oh yeah, look, see, here's your baby tooth, but here's your adult tooth underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we need that? I mean, I guess it's probably just that your baby teeth are smaller because you have generally a smaller mouth as a child, and then your adult teeth are larger because you're growing.
But if they're already in your head, then wouldn't that mean that they just fit in your mouth?
Well, because that's why you need braces for your adult teeth, because they probably come in all wonky because they're in weird places trying to fit in your jaw, and then they come up and you have to get braces to fix them up.
Well, you don't have to get braces. You don't have to.
Well, you don't have to, but that's why probably braces were invented.
Probably. Braces are just a big dental trying to get more money to feed off of our insecurities. Sometimes it's just like Botox.
Sometimes they're really good for you though, because there are some people that have teeth that you need braces and shit to live a normal life, I think.
Also, I think sometimes it helps with your jaw position,
yes,
which helps with breathing and such.
Yeah.
Anyway, teeth are weird. Think about how sharks feel. They regenerate teeth. They have endless amounts of teeth.
I don't want to, actually.
It's almost Shark Week. When is Shark Week? It's coming up soon. I've been getting a lot of ads for it.
I don't
know. Are you
know.
a big Shark Week kid?
No. Sharks have always scared me. You know, the deep ocean. Not for me.
I mean, I obviously have a healthy fear of sharks. Like, they do scare me. You know, you were there when I had a close encounter, and I'm kind of terrified of them. But I also just really think that they're so interesting. I loved Shark Week as a kid.
Nothing about the deep sea is something that I want to watch. Truly.
During Shark Week,
I hate a sea creature. A sea creature is not for me. Not for me. I don't want to know how you live down there. I don't want to know what it's like.
It's not any of your business.
Nope. I am an above ground.
What you're telling me is you're not.
For a reason.
What you're telling me is you're not going in the Titanic to go see the Titanic at the bottom of the ocean.
I would rather commit suicide in the most painful way possible.
It's akin to the same thing. At this
but I would rather do it up here.
Okay.
Listen, I'm a land animal. I know my place. It's right here on land. Don't even like flying that much because it shouldn't be my business to be up there. I am meant to be on land.
Kate feels most confident and comfortable 2 feet on the ground, 10 toes,
standing 10
touching
toes
earth.
down on earthly business.
Not one toe missing.
Not one toe missing. I'm standing on the ground.
I used to have a lot of beef with Discovery Channel / Animal Planet.
Tell me
because why. I don't know, probably in 2010, they did Animal Planet Discovery Channel got really into doing these fake documentaries.
Okay.
They were doing fake documentaries. I think we might have talked about this on the podcast once, but if not, I'm here to admit that I have fallen for fake AI news back in 2010.
More recently as well.
Depends who you ask. No, but this I like legitimately fell for. I was like telling everyone I knew about this. But Animal Planet did a a fake documentary about mermaids. Did you ever see this?
Yeah. Yes.
And it was like the disclaimer about that this was all fake was like so small at the end of the series. Like I vividly remember watching it one night while I was babysitting and just being like, wow, they're making so many good points. This must be true. This has to be true. I see why people fall for conspiracy theories because they had my 15-year-old ass wrapped around their fingers. I was like, yeah, of course mermaids make sense. Like, why do we think that the dolphins have learned to work with the humans? Because we've lived in the ocean before and they're familiar with our game. And there was just like all these videos and they were making such good scientific points. And I was like, I get it. I'm sold. I'm telling everyone at school. I'm like, guys, did you know mermaids are real? Did you know that like the apes, some of them came down from the trees and lived on land and some of them went into the ocean? Like, isn't that crazy? And everyone's like, are you well? I'm like, yeah. And then I rewatched it and I learned that it was fake. And I said, now you've made me look like an idiot.
I feel like this may be something formative for you. Like, this may be where you learned to present information that you do not know if it's accurate or not in the most confident way, as if it is truth. And you'll get people to believe it because you learned from the best.
I learned from the best. But guess what? They didn't stop there. No, they said, we're going to pull another fast one over everyone. But I had learned my lesson. I had been burnt. Shark Week, a couple years later, they decided to do a thing on Megalodon. Are you familiar with Megalodon?
Of course, the Meg.
Okay. So they decided to do a fake documentary about Megalodon, and everyone on Twitter is like, oh my god, Megalodon is real. Have you guys seen this documentary? I'm out here in the trenches saying, don't believe them. It's not true. It's fake news. They're lying to you again. Don't be an idiot like me and fall for this crap.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
I'm literally
get fooled again.
I'm reply guy on every tweet I can find about this, being like, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true, fake news, fake news, fake news.
She's the town crier.
Literally. So I'll tell you what, I've been skeptical of Shark Week content ever since, that they would have the audacity to take a wholly scientific week and shit all over it with some AI bullshit.
Was that AI all the way back then?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
but
I was like, damn, they were really ahead of the game.
It was the other eye, CGI. Okay. And the
Mount Rushmore of evil eyes. AI, CGI,
FBI. And so yeah, Shark Week has lost a little bit of credibility in my book because of that, but I tune in every now and again. Apparently this year they've got, what is it called? I saw a video of it, but they basically are taking just like a fire hose of chum and like throwing it out from a helicopter. I don't remember what they called it. I'll have to look into it again, but they were just chumming the waters like from a fire hose out of a helicopter. It was crazy.
Not chumming the waters.
That's what it is. What do you want me to call it? They're chumming the waters.
Like something that sounds like something else. Like that sounds like that would be like a slang for something.
Well, do you want it to be slang? Should we make up?
Yeah.
What?
Like, what would chumming the waters be? Like, it literally is giving, like, well, they're just throwing pasta against the wall. Like, they're just chumming the waters. You know, like,
I'm chumming the waters to see what sticks. Like, I don't know.
Chumming the waters to see what jumps out. Like,
it's more so like you're going to the bar to see if you can find a man, and you're just like, hey, I'm going out to chum the waters.
You're wearing your shortest skirt. You're wearing your lowest cut top. You're doing all the right things. You're chumming the waters. You're really
I'm chumming the waters.
Yeah. You're literally looking like a snack, but you're looking like
a snack.
You're looking like bait.
Yeah.
Actually, could chumming the water... Okay. Could be too far here. Could chumming the waters refer to when people do like a to catch a predator situation?
Chumming the waters refers to what's his name? The to catch a predator guy?
Oh, I don't know. I can't think of anything other than chumming the waters right now. Like that's literally
Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen is chumming the waters.
To pull a Chris Hansen is to chum the waters. That's for sure. We're getting young female detectives. We're putting them in pigtails. We're putting them out. We're putting them on AIM. We're putting them on Omegle. We're chumming the waters.
Chumming the waters.
Okay, going on Omegle was chumming the waters.
I was gonna say, were you a big Omegle girl?
I dabbled.
You dabbled?
It was like a sleepover kind of thing.
Same.
You know, it was like a sleepover. Like, what should we do?
I mean, yeah, it's not like I was by myself on Omegle.
I don't know. I don't pretend to know what you were getting up to in middle school, high school.
Nothing good, that's for sure.
No, it's like, oh, we just finished watching Charlie the Unicorn for the 13th time. Maybe we should hop on Omegle for a minute.
I was literally talking to my friend at the gym yesterday. We were chatting about we were talking about Harry Styles, and then I was saying like, oh, are you of the camp that believes that Olivia Dean and Harry Styles had a thing?
Okay.
And she was like, yes. And then she was saying, we were talking about how she was like, he's really been into light-skinned girls lately, and like this would have been really good for my 5-year-old heart back in the day. She goes, I don't know why I said 5. I meant like 15. And I literally was like, Abby, I almost had a heart attack thinking about you being 5 years old in the prime of One Direction, because I was like, that means that I'm ancient.
That would have...
She was like, no. She was like, I saw your face go white. I saw the look on your face, and I said, I don't know why I said that. I didn't mean that. Okay. I was like, thank God.
I was really waiting for the tie into what we were talking about, because I brought up Charlie the Unicorn, and then you were like, that
yes, I'm not done yet.
Where are we going with this story?
Yeah, guess what? Buckle up. Okay, so then we were talking about, like, she was like, I can't believe I said 5. Like, then she was asking me about YouTubers, and she was like, oh, do you know these YouTubers? And I was like, no. She was like, oh, he was like friends with like Troye Sivan and like that era. And I was like, that era of YouTube was like a little past my prime. Yeah. I was like, my YouTubers were like Fred like, watching Charlie the Unicorn.
And like Marcel the Shell with shoes on. Jenny Slate's biggest accomplishment to date.
And she was like, really, Charlie the Unicorn? Like, you were like old enough to be watching that? I was like, yeah, I'm old enough to be watching Charlie the Unicorn.
Were we old enough to be watching Charlie the Unicorn?
No, but like that was our era of YouTube back in the day. Like,
I mean, literally, like, Charlie bit me. Charlie the Unicorn.
My spoon is too big.
My spoon is big as shoes.
And then
Fred.
Infamously, Salad Fingers, which
Salad Fingers. And literally the best one, drinking out of cups. drinking out of cups, being a bitch. Mr. Balloon Man, he's got a balloon.
I don't
You
know that
don't
one.
know this one?
Oh, here we go again. That face, you gave me the exact same face when I said I didn't know salad fingers.
No, I actually can't believe you don't know this one. This video is so ingrained in my memory. It's literally a horribly animated video. It's a man, I think, on acid. And it's literally just a voiceover of him saying the most insane things, but it's like animated, so it's like a lizard saying it, and it's like he just says the craziest shit. It's so funny. He's just like drinking out of cups, being a bitch. And he just literally, you need to watch it. You actually have to watch it. We have to record you watching it because that video shaped me.
One of Kate's vocal sins.
Seahorses. No, it's.
I was gonna say that it's insane that you know more about like old YouTube internet culture than
I was more
do.
on
like,
chronically online as a young person, I believe.
I think you were more on the YouTubes. I was more on like MySpace and Wattpad.
Yeah,
those were our corners of the internet.
Oh no. I feel a little part of my personal history just died. I just looked it up on Wikipedia. Video and LSD rumor. An urban legend surrounding the video supposed that the person speaking on the track was describing visual hallucinations during an LSD trip, a rumor that is also further in description of the YouTube video itself. Dan Deacon has denied this rumor. He stated that he was describing various clips that he was watching in real time on television. He stated he has never done LSD and that he was sober during the recording. That makes it so much less funny. I'm pissed off.
Well, maybe he didn't want to get in trouble.
You're right. Maybe it literally describes it as a spoken word song. No, this thing is so funny. It was, I don't care. It's
you responded to reading that like you found out someone in your family died, by the way. I thought you were getting a text message of bad news. I was like, not this again. Not pausing recording because you received an emergency text message. And this one sounds worse than the last time. No, she's just found out that the YouTube video she loves is a lie. Okay, by the way.
Like, it's actually, like, it's so insane, though. I feel like that rumor, it's a rumor that it wasn't on drugs, because this is insane. I'm literally reading the words of it again, and there's no way this man was sober. There's no way this is just not something that came out of his mouth while he was on copious amounts of drugs.
Unrelated to copious amounts of drugs, but related to internet. Did you watch the TikTok I sent you today in Hell Yeah, Brother?
Which one?
Of the little kid playing basketball.
No, I did not.
When I tell you, that is one of the funniest videos I've quite literally ever seen. The dad's recording his probably 5-year-old from the sidelines. And this kid doesn't want to play basketball. He doesn't want to be there. He's got his eyes closed, wandering around the court. The dad goes, Joseph, open your eyes. Joseph, open your eyes. He's like, get on defense. Get on defense. Open your eyes. And then he's just like wandering around and he goes, oh, he's doing the blind man thing again. And then the comments are like, you better get him on piano. He wants to act like
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder so bad. And then he's like, put your hands up. And the kid's like putting his hands up. And he's like, okay, now be on defense. And he's just like going like this.
I'm dead.
And then he's like, oh, he's doing the slow-mo thing again. And he's just like walking in slow motion through the crowd of kids. Like, I don't think I have laughed that hard at a video on the internet in a very long time. Like, I couldn't stop laughing. And this is also going back to one of the reasons why I want a kid, is that I think kids are so funny.
They're so unintentionally funny.
Like, the way that their minds work, I'm just like, wow. to be inside that little head of yours, experiencing something for the first time, and this is how you're responding to it, hysterical.
I love the videos of like where they mic up the little kids doing things. There's like that one little girl that goes snowboarding and they mic her up in her helmet, and she's like hyping herself up the whole time. She's like, I can do it. I can do it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's going down. She's like, oh, I'm gonna fall. Oh no, I'm not. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fall. And it's so cute. And I'm just like, wow. They're just so pure, you know?
That's exactly actually how NHL players sound too when they mic up them on the ice, by the way.
So true.
I loved a mic'd up moment, which reminds me I need to watch the NFL docuseries that Netflix just put out. Have you watched it yet?
The was it quarterback with Joe Burrow? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nick was started to watch it. I watched part of it with him, but then I went to bed.
I need to watch it. I'm not currently, but like my obsession with Joe Burrow goes in waves in terms of when this football season comes and goes. Like I feel like he's generally pretty quiet when it's the off season. And then I'm reminded in full force how he has the best ass in the NFL when the season comes around. But I was watching clips of him that have been circulating on the internet about from this series, and I'm like, is Joe Burrow my dream man? Yes or no?
Yes.
And the answer to that is yes. He's out here talking about how they went to the Natural History Museum and he was so excited to see the fossils. And he was like, it's like I got to go in the back room and I got to see where the magic happens. And I got to see the little old lady working on her fossils. And he was like, it was so magical. And they're like, oh, you got fossils on the brain? And he's like, yeah, why wouldn't you have fossils on the brain? They're hundreds of million years old and it's fucking sick. And I'm like, that's right, Joe. You tell him. And then the other clip where he's talking about how he's like, oh, did you go to Iguana Island in Turks and Caicos? And he's like, his teammate was like, no. And he's like, yeah, you got to go there. The iguanas are so big. And they're like, I would be scared of that. And he's like, no, don't worry. They're not that big. He's like, and the ones you got to worry about are the frilled lizards. And those are poisonous. And I'm like, okay, special interest animals and fossils, just like me for real.
No, actually, that's you. That's you if you were playing football.
I would be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL if I played in the NFL.
Yeah, because you have the special interest.
Exactly.
That's why they call it special teams. They call it special teams because they all have special interests. They're all a little bit autistic to be a quarterback. Have to be.
Kirk Cousins showing up to Supercuts and showing the woman cutting his hair a photo of himself from the team photo shoot going, this is what I want to look like. I can't with them. I'm like, you know what? This is why I like circling all the way back to Drive to Survive. This is how you get people more invested in sports teams and in people in general, is like the personalities behind
100%.
the players. Who are they off the field or off the track? Like, we got ridiculed for so much back in the day about like caring about what the drivers did off track
and who
and
they
people
were
like, you
and
don't
what
care.
Their personalities were.
And like now everyone and their mother is creating a series that highlights the personalities of these key people in these sports leagues. And like, I'm like, yeah, I love that person and I want to see them succeed. Like, I'm going to start rooting for them. I'm going to start watching their journey. It just makes sense.
It literally is the only thing that makes sense. And they've been doing it forever. The NFL draft, like, they choose like the top draft picks and they do behind the scenes things with them. Freaking American Idol used to choose like the people in line that were auditioning, and they would do like backstories on them, and you were always more invested in those people. People are interested in people and they want to know the stories.
Exactly.
Also, Box to Box announced that they're doing an SEC football series.
Oh, I'm sure Nick is so excited about that.
He's gonna be all the fuck over that. Yeah.
Should we DM them and see if Nick can have commentary?
I would die. No, he'd be way too.
Do you want to put Nick as a?
His bias would show. His bias would show real hard. Okay.
Yeah,
You're really
you know
giving
what?
like adult baby right now, the way that you just picked up and drank that water bottle and you're sitting there and you're like checkered shorts that look like a diaper right now. Like you're really like, they look like little bloomers. Like you're like giving true
No, it's
life,
giving.
I'm a baby.
It's
You
You know
were
what,
literally
actually-
like,
I know. Well, it fell out of my hands, and I caught
baby has a
it.
bottle.
And
Baby can't hold a bottle on her own.
no, you know what I'm giving right now? I'm sweaty. I'm greasy, and I'm sitting on the couch. I'm sitting on the couch in a pair of men's boxers and a white tank top. I'm giving like deadbeat dad.
You're giving Tony
Actually,
Soprano.
like,
You're
like if I
want to
was
know what you're really, you want to know what it is. Let's combine everything that we've talked about today. Kind of, you're giving AI slop videos of where they make those famous people babies, and you're giving Tony Soprano
I hate those.
as a baby.
I hate those videos so much. Nick was sending me so many of those
He loves
on
them.
TikTok,
He thinks they're
and I
so
had
funny.
to say, respectfully, Nick, I can't look at another one of these. I'm gonna go into psychosis if I see another one of these videos of a celebrity being a baby. I can't do it.
It's that he thinks they're so funny, but that's really kind of what the vibes you're putting out right now.
My gold chain, my white tank top, and my men's boxers. I need a Coors Light, a Bud Light, and I'm cosplaying an abusive dad in a teen movie.
Oh my god.
So
Anyways,
that's what you missed.
Anyways,
where do we go from here? This episode is giving that TikTok I sent you the other day where it's the guys like best friends having 92 different conversations at once.
yes.
And every single thing they say just leads to a new thing. That's how this episode has felt. Truly.
Yeah. I love it though. This is like, I feel like this podcast is like is like me entering me
You can get there. I believe in you.
Emptying was the word. It was like me emptying the trash can of my brain.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? Like, this is like where I get all my random thoughts out, and I just say them so that they leave me, they're out there, and I'm not really thinking about them anymore. But it's really just me emptying. Anyways.
Take a deep breath. The thoughts that go onto this podcast go out into the ether, and now they're someone else's responsibility. They're no longer ours.
Yeah.
They're the listeners. And you guys do what you will with these thoughts. You can take them, you can leave them, you can make them your own, whatever you decide. Fantastic. But they're not ours anymore.
It's like every week when I'm like thinking about what to name the episode, I'm like, couldn't tell you what we talked about. We hang up these calls and I have no recollection. I've blacked out for the full hour. I have no idea what we've said. It's like, okay, so I did officially finish the Mistborn trilogy, the OG Mistborn trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievably phenomenal series. Highly recommend to anyone that wants like a nice fantasy novel that is just like so well put together, and like every loose end is tied up at the end in the most satisfying way possible. The author is not afraid to kill off characters, but like it's always going to be, it's so good. Anyways, unrelated, but what is related is that there is a character in the book and his name is Sazed. He's one of my favorite characters, and he is what they call a keeper in his like realm of people, which are the terrace men. And so what he has, like, because everything in the Mistborn universe, like the magic comes from metals, and so like people can use metals and they like basically ingest them and then they burn them in their stomach and they can do different things. So like some metals make you be able to like pull on metal objects, some let you push them, whatever. But he is a different type of magic where like he has metals like on his arms and he can store information in them. And so as a keeper, his responsibility is to like collect all of the information like in the universe and be able to have that to be able to pass on to future generations. So he's kind of like the library in like all these other books. And so what happens is that he like has to be wearing them and he has to basically memorize things and then he puts it into the metal like bracelet that he's wearing and then it's in there and it's not in his brain anymore. So he doesn't know the information anymore. It's like he is like the conduit for the information and then he can always put it back on and like go back into it and find what he's looking for. And he basically like he like memorized it. So it's in his brain. He writes it down and then he puts it back in the metal and then he forgets it again, but he's written it down. And that's how I feel about these podcasts. Like, I feel like I am emptying my thoughts into this podcast episode, never to be thought of again until I like listen to it back.
Absolutely. And listen to them back. We will. We
have.
The TikTok feature that has been prompting be like, oh, this day, like 3 years ago, clips from the podcast. I'm like, we were funny. I'll tell you what.
Oh, the laughs we had.
The laughs we have.
Yeah. We've had some good times on this podcast. That's for sure.
Every episode we're like, wow, so reminiscent of all of the times we had on this podcast. We're just old now.
Truly.
In terms of my book updates, I finished the second book of Azriel.
Okay.
I started the third. I'm growing weary.
Okay.
I think the second book was far too long and I think we could have made it half as long and combined it with probably the third book because I feel like the third book also probably going to be too long. But this one I will still persevere through, unlike I'm going to DNF the Powerless series.
I thought you might.
I'm looking at Fearless right now and I don't think I'm going to do it. But this one I'm interested enough in and there's a fourth one coming out. So I'm going to power through it, but I've really been still hung up on cowboys. I can't lie. Still really hung up on cowboys. So it's kind of tough for me to wean myself off of them and go back into a fantasy world.
Well, I just want you to know that I started the next Brandon Sanderson series that I'm reading, which is Stormlight Archive. And it is 1,124 pages long.
Perfect. You're going to be busy.
I'm on page 64 and I'm 6% through.
Perfect.
I'm nervous. I'm scared. But this series apparently is like his magnum opus. Like this is like his big thing. So I'm excited.
Okay. This is his Throne of Glass.
Pretty much, yeah. Even though Mistborn was the first ones he wrote, but oh my god! You're so right. What? ACOTAR6. Why have we not brought this up? How is this not the first thing we've discussed? ACOTAR6. Can we talk about the conspiracy theory that I brought up in the group
Not
chat?
only ACOTAR6, but is it ACOTAR6 through 8?
Okay, that's what I'm thinking because I said this in our group chat and one person emphasized it. No one else said anything, but she said
things were flying. Things were flying during the day. Okay.
Drafts done. Plural. Drafts done. Like there was no possessive apostrophe. So it's not like draft is done. Like, because that's what she could have meant by drafts done. Like draft is done. Yeah. No. There was no apostrophe, and she's a writer. She knows where to put apostrophes for possessiveness. There was none there, so there's multiple drafts that were done. Are we getting multiple ACOTARs, or is it something else? Like this woman, she, you know what? Just like Lewis Hamilton, still she rises out of the ashes of my burn book. because I was pissed off at her, and we know this, and she's been on my shit list for a while. All she had to do was tell me that a draft was done, and
No, literally, like, we've been
I'm
waiting.
back. I'm like,
We've been
she's actually never done anything wrong, and I'll kill anyone that says anything negative about her. Meanwhile, I'm planning on, like, literally kidnapping her, putting her in a secluded cabin in the woods to write.
Like, get to it. Yeah,
I was pissed off about her children. We were like, we gotta get her away from those kids. They're distracting her.
I was talking to someone recently, and we were talking about how, like, Sarah really likes to think in threes. Yeah. In terms of her books.
Yeah.
And so we were like, it really just makes sense that she would have maybe, like, drafted out, like, 6, 7, and 8.
I'll literally kill myself with joy, excitement. This is going to contain spoilers for the Sarah J. Maas universe. So please listen at your own risk and finish all of the books, you idiots. Just kidding, love you. But this has spoilers.
I feel like it makes sense because of how CC3 was kind of received, in the sense that it really felt like maybe she didn't plan far enough in advance with Crescent City 3, with all of the things coming together, that I really feel like she will take care and consideration for how the next couple of books are going to go. Because again, I do not think that we're done with the crossover. I think that we're going to get a full crossover with Throne of Glass involved. There's a lot of things. I think there's a lot of things coming down the pipeline that I also feel like
she really needs to, like, because I don't know. And correct me if you disagree with this, but
okay,
Romantasy having a huge moment lately. And I think when the other books of hers were released, like when Silver Flames came out, when Crescent City 2 came out, like when all of these books were, like, coming out, there weren't any other, like, huge fanatic book series that were out to kind of compete. Like, I feel like she was, like, the girl now. And now we've got Rebecca Yarros, we've got which no competition. However, we did talk about the unbelievably annoying stat that Onyx Storm was, like, the fastest selling, highest selling book for romantasy book or whatever in, like, this decade or whatever. And I just feel like there's more.
You were actually wearing that same shirt when you said that stat, so
okay, crazy.
You were wearing that shirt when we recorded that episode.
That's crazy. That's a crazy thing for you to remember. But I feel like there was no other, like, big thing, and now there's so many of these books that are, like, having huge moments, and everyone's talking about romantasy, and everyone's writing shadow daddies and dragons and, like, all this crazy stuff. And I feel like she has got to be sitting there like, all right, I have to do something big. Like, I gotta come out here swinging for these next ones to really reclaim my throne.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
So here we go. All she had to do was post one 9-second video on the internet, and we're already theorizing about what she's thinking. I'm already putting myself in her brain. She's gonna announce just, like, one book, and it's gonna be coming out in, like, 3 years, and we're gonna be like, damn it. But until she says anything else, I will be being so delusional. And you know what? Life is worth living again. Life is worth living.
Like, it doesn't take much. Speaking of announcements, Penn Cole recently did post something on her Instagram. I almost had a heart attack.
Why didn't you?
Don't go look at it. Don't go look at it, because it's going to disappoint you. That's why I didn't send it. It was about, like, how she's throwing a ball. There's, like, a ball.
Not
Spark of the Everflame.
Not one of these. No.
It's a Spark of the Everflame wall. And she is she was, like, in the caption, and she was like, and no, I don't have a release date for Burn of the Everflame yet, but anyone who goes to the ball will be on the ARC list and will get it as soon as it's available.
She hasn't even sent it to ARC readers yet?
No. It's like, truly, it's like, Penn, you better get your shit together. Sarah's coming.
The British are coming. Sarah J. Maas is coming. Sarah's
about to arrive. And no one's going to buy your silly little burn book
No.
when ACOTAR6 is on the line.
No.
So
Honestly,
get it out before you can.
I really can't wait for when we have a date for ACOTAR6. The girlies are doing a book club of every single Sarah J. Maas. We are scheduling this out. We are having weekly check-ins. Everyone must be at a certain chapter count by the time. Like, we are doing the full thing. Because obviously we have to read every single Sarah J. Maas book leading up to ACOTAR6 to be able to form new theories about what.
I'm about to buy those little sticky notes.
Yeah.
With the tabs.
Yeah.
I'm going to be tabbed out, bitch.
I'm buying all hard copies. This is not for Kindles anymore. This is serious business. We got to be having hard copies. I'm highlighting in the book. I'm writing in the margins. You want to know who does that? Emily's Theories. Where's she at? I bet she's geeking out.
We will be getting her on the pod.
That's
we will
for
be
sure.
getting her on the pod prior to the release date. Honestly,
I want to walk her through some of our theories and see if they're like up to par for her.
Just to see if there's any credibility there. What is your current like one theory that you would really love to see come to fruition in the next ACOTAR book?
I think that it's what I gave my summit presentation on. Elaine Archeron, Queen of Hell.
Mm-hmm.
That's my theory. I don't know who the like Hades character is going to be.
Well, for me, it's my theory is that Azriel is a prince of the pit.
I know.
And so that would work if...
I do think... Here's the thing, is I think Sarah is setting us up to believe that, but it feels too neatly wrapped up, too neatly tied with a bow for the 3 Archeron sisters to end up with the 3 bat boys. You know what I mean? Like, that feels too, like, clean.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think that Elaine is evil.
Right.
And that
we are so bought in on the...
Azriel has been keeping tabs on her. So, like, I think that maybe when Sarah started, that maybe she initially was like, okay, the 3 sisters and the 3 brothers. Also, everyone's theorizing that Cassian's going to die, which is stressing me the fuck out, which means that they wouldn't wrap it up nicely.
True.
But we know Sarah does not like to kill off her main characters, so
he'll be coming back.
Unless she's had a real growth moment in the past 2 years, I doubt it. However, I think that Elaine is evil and that Azriel's a prince of the pit. Don't know how it's going to work out, but that's what I believe.
Right. I just think that she is going to end up... Yeah, she's Persephone. Okay, another theory that, like, I've been really loving lately is that obviously people think that Elaine could be mates with Tamlin. Mm-hmm. And that Lucian was actually covering for Tamlin, like pretending that they're mated. And I still really like that theory.
Okay. I do hope for a Tamlin redemption arc.
I think we're getting there. I think we kind of slowly got there. Silver Flames or wherever the fuck it happened.
ACOWAR,
yeah. Like, I think we're getting closer to that. I want Lucian to be happy. Mm-hmm. However that ends up being. I think Helion is gonna have a big, like, I think the Helion Lucian storyline is gonna end up being big, because I think that also now with this crossover, whatever conflict is coming to Prythian, they're gonna need Helios's library a lot, and so I feel like that's gonna be like, and like Lucian's the emissary to the Spring Court, maybe he's also gonna be emissary to Helion's court, and they're gonna be like getting to know each other. And then I'm still also very curious what's gonna end up going down with Moore, who is an Irontooth witch, bitch. Also, I think frickin' Maeve is coming Maeve's coming. Maeve's not gone.
No.
Maeve's coming for Prithian. We're going to find out the difference between the Valg and the Asteri and what actually maybe is going on. We're going to figure out where the Asteri went because Bryce just kind of like ripped a hole in the world and popped them in there. Where'd they go?
Right.
Feels very reminiscent to how Amryn got to Prithian. So what's kind of the deal there?
Do we think?
I'm just
okay. Remember in Throne of Glass, time is an illusion, right? Like they're all. Do we think the series of events that happen in Crescent City, where Bryce puts them into God knows where, actually she puts them into the Throne of Glass world in the past because the time rift,
and they're
because
the
remember the gods just show up and they're not really of that place. Do we think that maybe that could potentially be happening? Because like, again, time is happening differently on different planes of existence. So maybe that's a new theory as well.
Yeah.
When it's happening like in reverse.
Yeah, that could be really interesting. There's just so many crossovers, like hints that we were fed that never got followed up on. We need to talk about Lydia and that she's wearing Aylin's ring.
Mm-hmm. This is another episode, you guys.
Sorry,
we cannot be sitting here talking for the next 72 hours. But trust and believe that there will be.
What is one thing that
there'll be plenty of time for us to talk about it.
What is one thing you're hoping to see, though?
I told you, Azriel is a prince of the pit,
okay.
and Elaine is evil.
You're right.
That's my one true headcanon that I would like to see happen. And I also I am not unconvinced that Bryce is not again needed in Prithian, because I think they need to reunite the Dread Trove, and she's obviously the Horn, so they're gonna need her.
She'll be back. She'll be back.
She will be back,
and I hope she brings Fury with her.
Same. Yeah, we don't know enough about Fury either. There's so many things that I am desperate to know about. So again, guys, we're excited.
My brain is going so many places.
The light has returned to our eyes. They're glistening. They're gleaming. We're excited to be back.
We're back.
We're not technically back because we are going to take a little bit of a summer break on the pod.
Yes.
So we're back, but we're not back entirely. So
our brains are still back, and so actually we do need to take some time to come to terms with this news and really process it.
We're going to be taking a little bit of a summer break, just like our favorite F1 drivers, but we'll be back in the fall. We'll be back in September for some new episodes for y'all. But Alex is getting married soon. She needs some time to prep. Mm-hmm. We just need to rest and relax because once again, every single week for the past 6 months is crazy. So if you guys miss us, you'll see us on the internet, obviously. But you can also go back and listen to one of our 300 episodes of the podcast. Just go reminisce, because again, we're really funny.
We're really funny.
But until next time, guys,
we'll see ya on the internet. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to See You on the Internet.
To keep up with the fun between episodes, make sure to follow us at See You on the Internet Pod on both Instagram and TikTok.
And to join in on the fun on the podcast itself, call the Kate Nicole hotline at 646-780-9063 or email us at hi@seeyouontheinternetpod.com.
We'll be back with a new episode soon, but in the meantime, we'll see you on the internet.